Imagine walking through a Nigerian forest and hearing nothing, no heavy footsteps, no branches breaking, no deep rumble in the distance because the elephants are gone. It might sound loss of just one animal, but elephants are not ordinary animals. They help shape the forests they live in. So if Nigeria's remaining elephants disappeared, what would happen to the forest? And more importantly, what would happen to the wildlife that depends on it? Nigeria has only 400 elephants left. What happens if they disappear? What would happen to the forest? And more importantly, what would happen to the wildlife that depends on it? When we see an elephant, we see its enormous body, powerful trunk, and huge ears, but scientists and conservationists often describe elephants as ecosystem engineers. Why? Because they physically change their environment. As elephants move through forests, they feed on vegetation, break branches, and create pathways. Their movements can open parts of dense vegetation and influence the structure of the habitat, and other animals can benefit from these changes. But if the elephants disappear, that natural influence disappears with them, and the changes may begin quietly. One of the elephant's most important jobs is something most people never see is moving and dispatching seeds throughout the forest. Elephants eat fruits and vegetation as they travel. Some seeds can pass through their digestive systems and later be deposited somewhere else. That means an elephant can help plants spread across the landscape, thereby reaching remote places in the forest. Remove the elephant, and you remove an important seed dispersal pathway for some plants. Over time, that can influence the composition of the forest, and when plants change, other animals can be affected too. Because birds, insects, monkeys, and countless other creatures depend on plants for food and shelter, so the loss of one animal can create consequences far beyond that animal. And then there is something that sounds strange, but is incredibly important in nature: elephant dung. It returns nutrients to the soil, it can support insects and other organisms, and it can carry seeds to new locations. So even when an elephant is simply walking through the forest, eating, and leaving behind what nature no longer needs, it is participating in the ecosystem. That is the hidden work of wildlife. We often don't notice it until the animal disappears. If elephants disappear, other wildlife does not necessarily vanish overnight, but the environment they help shape can gradually change. Some pathways may disappear, some plants may spread differently, some food sources may become less available, and some ecological relationships can weaken. This is why extinction is so dangerous. We don't simply lose a species, we can lose the role that species plays in nature. And there is another loss that cannot be measured on a scientific chart. We lose the possibility of future generations seeing wild elephants in Nigeria. Imagine a child growing up knowing elephants only from photographs, because the real ones disappeared before they were old enough to see them. But that future is not inevitable. Protecting elephants means protecting the places where they live. It means protecting forests, maintaining wildlife corridors, strengthening protected areas, supporting rangers, reducing illegal hunting, and working with communities that live alongside wildlife, because elephants need more than protection from hunters. They need space, food, water, and safe habitat. And when we protect those things for elephants, we also protect countless other species sharing the same ecosystem. So what happens if Nigeria's elephants disappear? The forest probably won't collapse in a single day. There will be no alarm, no dramatic warning. Instead, the changes may happen quietly. A seed travels less, a pathway disappears, a plant community changes, an ecological relationship weakens, and eventually, one of Africa's greatest animals becomes a memory. But we still have a choice. We can protect the elephants that remain, because saving an elephant is not only about saving an elephant, it's about protecting an entire world around it. So ask yourself, do we want future generations to hear the footsteps of elephants in Nigeria, or only hear stories about the animals that used to live here? If you believe Nigeria's wildlife is worth protecting, subscribe to World Wildlife Frontiers. The elephants are still here. The question is, will we keep them here? Drop your comment.